Hola, bonjour, and hello, everybody. You are listening to Worldwide Tea. It is the one and only podcast that every week goes through and covers everything going on with the international spin-offs of RuPaul's Drag Race. And yes, we were recently acquired by Netflix. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. That didn't really happen. Most importantly, I'm Evan Sawdey from Pop Matters.
I am Gregory Ellwood from the playlist, and hopefully you've caught some of my stories recently in the LA Times.
hmm
Maybe.
And most importantly, y'all, it is happening. We are here. We are at the finale of Drag Race Espana. If our fans are wondering why we didn't cover the reunion episode, it's because Greg and I fucking hate reunion episodes. They're typically not good. And we have some thoughts that we will certainly share as well. But Greg, correct me if I'm wrong. Since the last time you and I did an episode on this, I think they announced a certain the next Espana
Yes,
season, if I'm not
there
mistaken.
is there
Yes.
is they've announced Espana All Stars 2, and you will notice as we talk about these two episodes, I will continually say I hope they're not on it, or I hope they are, and I'm sure you will too. The other thing I will say is there's an asterisk with me with reunions. I'm all for reunions if it's at the end of after a season's aired and they've interacted with fans and they've been out in the world and they've had an experience because of the show. I feel
Mhm.
reunions like so this Espana reunion was shot
Yeah.
after the season. It was shot a couple months later, but it was not shot before the show ever aired. It you can tell like their makeup's better, some
Yeah.
of their outfits. They did shoot it later. They did not shoot it right away. And I just to me that's sort of like, well, why bother? Like, but there was some drama here.
hmm
There was some interesting stuff. What was your biggest
Yeah.
takeaway?
Well, my biggest takeaway, as always, is that in this House of Love, we believe that all drag is
Yes.
valid and no queen ever deserves online hate. And as American entertainment journalists, we definitely aren't going to get every cultural reference and always appreciate corrections. And there are some truly great queens who aren't good at drag race, and we love them all the same. But most critically on this one here, it was fine. The thing is that at the very least, we knew there was going to be some drama baked into this finale, regardless.
Yeah.
Because hey, guess what? I don't know if you know this, Crystal Forever was on the season, and oh boy, did she have some things to say. Uh, yeah, I have a couple notes here and there, like how the other girls felt that Satin and Blanca would be in the finale, but not the others, and maybe kind of agree, but
I 1000% agree.
yeah,
1000 agree. Yes.
yeah, yeah. But what were some of the other what were some of the other things that popped out to you?
I think what popped out to me is I thought Crystal was doing her best to be
She was in
congenial,
PR
and
mode. She was
she
in
was.
PR mode. Yeah.
I also feel like Crystal and Satine are great friends. They're really good friends, and that was finally it was a little bit of the Bones page three thing where we
hmm
finally found out that how good friends they were in this reunion because they sort of hit it a little bit. I'm not saying they're not as
hmm
close as Bones and Paige, but they were
Right.
still friends, and I found that interesting because you could tell that. Satine wanted to like defend her at times during the season and realizes she couldn't, but she also knew her friend. She knew what her friend,
Right.
how her friends react to stuff. And I feel like they had a conversation about that. But I did think that the queens were still trying to poke Crystal and she was doing her best to not give in to it. I will
Yeah.
say, Crystal ain't no Angelita La Perversa.
No,
Like,
she is not. She actually
like,
had the part when they talked about the Nick Crystal fight. I remember at one point, Supreme's like, "None of you spoke up during the whole thing," and everyone's like, "Yeah, we were nervous." But then Crystal says, "I'm going to be spending the whole night apologizing." Like she knew the narrative that was being foisted upon her
oh yeah.
during the special. Like she got it. She understood.
100%. And I mean, I think the other things that pop to me is, I love when they pick up the paddles and vote. I love
Yes,
it. I
they
love it. I
do.
love it. That's
Yes,
so
they
fun.
do.
I want it. I want my friends to do it. I just want to be, you know what? I want to bring for the net when the new season of Drag Race starts. And if you're in Los Angeles and you want to
hmm
potentially run into me, I don't know if you'll run into Evan. I think Evan, you will be at Precinct. I go where the celebs go. I go to High
Yes.
Tops Los Feliz, and I just want friends to pick up paddles and be like, "Who do you
Yeah.
think won?" I love the paddles. I think it's fun.
Yeah. Greg, I think this should be your bachelor party. Is that during that we should have you and your future husband. We should just,
My
vote
fu-
on.
my future husband. Wow. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Well, you listen, Satin Greco apparently will steal your man. So listen, I'm just saying, there's still time. Maybe a language barrier, but there's still time, certainly.
Also,
Uh,
Satin Greco really likes to kiss people. Have you
she
found
does.
she does. We'll get to
Yeah.
that later, but she
Yeah,
loves to
yeah,
kiss.
absolutely. But most importantly, Greg, when they had the paddles, what did they vote for? And who won some of those special designations?
I didn't write it down, Evan. You tell me. Like, I can't
Okay,
remember.
I got you. The most annoying one was I would have voted this way, Alexandre de Reval. The fan
Ah.
favorite, shockingly, was Crystal. But during the voting process, Crystal was complaining, and they're like, if you don't give it to her, she's got to find a way to complain about it anyway. So
So,
they all voted for
so
Crystal.
wait, I don't,
Yes.
that was the one I didn't get. So they voted for Crystal because they thought the fans would like her the most, or that she was going into the show as the fan favorite? I was so confused.
No, because they could talk while they were picking out their paddles and deliberating. Someone just like, just give it to Crystal, basically, before she has
Oh,
another thing to complain about. So there was
got
certainly
it.
some. If there was a standalone poll vote, that'd be one thing, but no, there was discussion
Okay.
beforehand. So that's how Crystal's that. For the award for who handled her limitations the worst, Crystal once again wins that. Who has been the most distrustful? That goes to Laka. And the one who's been the
Which,
most
by the way, wait, we
yes,
need to talk about that one because I
yeah,
remember this now. That surprised me
yeah.
because I didn't think the edit showed in any way that anyone didn't distrust her or that she was. I thought, remember in the first couple episodes, I felt she was a little cold. She was
Yeah,
being like hard. She was like being. That's why her whole storyline of like not being confident was like, wait, where did this come from? You
right.
felt like so uber confident.
Yeah.
Did they explain where her being distrustful came from?
Not that I recall off the top of my head, because she was a heart recipient. She was, like maybe it was because of
Yeah,
the way that she saved things. I don't know, but it was just very odd that she landed
yeah.
that. And then the last word was who was the most conspiracy minded. That went to Alexandra. I think the only other things that really stuck out to me is they had the award for Miss Lost Look. Do you remember this?
Yes, they all got to pick one that they wanted to do,
Uh-huh.
right? And I
Yes.
think Denimbola did the one that she eventually put on that went wild on the internet, like on unless
The Card of Cups
Instagram.
look that she did.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
like
yes.
was stunning. She knew. She's like, I got to show this
Yeah.
somewhere, like on a runway. And I thought some of them were okay, some of them were good.
Uh-huh.
Like I think Crystal's was good, if I remember. Crystal probably had a great package, and they probably thought she was going to go further than she did. Which ones stood out to you?
Oh, I mean, for me, it was like, not to be that guy. And it's again, if we're talking about things like drag queens will rip off from our sweet, sweet Sasha Velour. Farron coming out as the couch stool was pretty good, but I've seen Sasha Velour
Yeah,
use this multiple times in multiple shows in nightgowns and some
yeah.
of her other touring acts. So it was good. It was just stolen, but I understand why she won it. So, and I remember Crystal had a pretty good Day of the Dead look too. That's the other one that I remember.
Yes, that's what it
Yes.
was. That's what I
Yeah.
remember liking. And I will say we will bring up Farron later because the finale made
She comes
me,
up a lot in the fucking finale, yeah.
and I don't understand why, but we'll talk about
Right.
that because now I am
Yeah.
so afraid she's going to be an All Stars too.
And
Anyway,
the last thing is that they did vote for Miss Congeniality. And of
yes.
that, well, of course, which means Dita Dubois gets to show up. Dita Dubois, a queen who competed. And they ultimately decide that the winner is the most congenial of all, Nori, which of course is really, is she congenial or is she someone who they went and just
Want to
voted
fuck?
for? Yes, I did that too. She went home first. It was very congenial to give Miss Congeniality to the person who was eliminated. So either way, that's what happened.
Oh, maybe. Wait, who was the muscular queen last season? From
Oh,
uh who was
oh
really
my
good?
God. The former pit crew member, yes.
Yes.
Oh my
I
God, why
can't,
can't I think?
we're forgetting his name. It's okay. But him and then also Minnie Wang from
Uh-huh.
Canada literally are the most femme polished high drag queens compared to Nori. Like Nori makes Kelly Roller seem like Alyssa Edwards. Like
But is she congenial?
I'm sure she is, but boy, I have so many thoughts on Nori's finale runway look. Girl.
Maggie
You know
Yellow.
what?
Maggie Yellow was her name.
If
Yes.
you've watched if you've watched Heated Rivalry, I'm gonna give
Uh-huh.
you that best friend, girlfriend, girl that she gives him. Because my
Mm-hmm.
God. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
what else did we
Anyways,
have from this reunion that we need to talk about?
I think that's it for the most
That's
part.
it.
The only thing you other need to know is that Alexandra de Reval works 6 days a week, in case you were to wear. But either way, we get on to the final episode, season 5,
Woo!
episode 11. Daphne leaves a mirror message that says,
Yep.
"See you in season 6, Persephone." And I don't know much about that. I'm sure I may have missed some context clues there. Go ahead.
The one thing that was so interesting to me is they all said in unison that she was the dancer of the season, as though it had been something that had been talked about, like in the bus, or
I
like
felt like that
they
really only came
kept,
up in the last two episodes. They were just something about the dancer of the season or what, or the
but it was like
ballerina of
her
the season.
tagline or something. And I
That
was
was her
like,
exit line too. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I don't know, it felt like out
A little
of
tacked on, a
place.
little forced. Yeah,
Um,
it's not great.
I did love Laka doing the producer's bidding in confessionals, saying that Daphne was only 20 and, she'll crush it if she comes back. Just because we know that, oh, wait, maybe we shouldn't have eliminated her, but we didn't want her to be there. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's the Paolo Profession one all
Ugh.
over again. What can we say? I will
By the
say
way,
the one thing. Oh, go ahead.
oh, Margarita thinks they're an amazing top four. She thinks they're amazing. Anyway, go
Sure.
ahead.
And it's, yes, great. We'll talk about the curse of the runner-up top two placement in Espana in a bit because I think there's something to that. That said, long story short, they go back in the workroom the next day. Satin with straight hair, a scandalo. My
Yeah,
goodness,
a
it was a
scandal.
fascinating look. But we get to say bid our adieu to the worst dress that Supreme has ever worn in her entire life.
Yes.
Uh, and which is tough. She actually does make up for this episode, I will say. But Supreme comes out here and announces that our final challenge is it's a music video and a lip sync for the crown and a pajama party all at once. So,
Well, there's something you forgot. And I
yes, I'm
know
so
that
sorry.
the inherent thematic view would be like, well, let's say this to the runway. But they did show us the runways of our saint, our goddess, Anna Locking, and the Javis, who, by the way, they brought it this episode.
Yes, they did.
Anna has
Lots
the
of butt
most
wiggles.
amazing ova like headpiece that is
Hmm.
sort of shaped as hair. It's supposed to look like hair from a distance, which
Yeah.
is just genius. Like I would
Hmm.
buy that in a second. Like if she started manufacturing them, and I'm not saying you should, I'm not saying you shouldn't,
Hmm.
but also the hobbies didn't show up in their club wear. They like sort of like
Or
zhuzhed it
dressing up
up.
like Ethan Slater and
Um,
SpongeBob. No, they did not do
yeah,
that this time.
I thought that I thought they looked fantastic. And we didn't get to see we'll see Supreme later, but I just thought, okay, they brought it. They knew this was
Yeah.
a live
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
finale they were gonna be it. Also, I think this is really important for people to know when talking about this episode in context.
Hmm.
They shot this a year ago. These queens have waited to see who is going to win. They knew who was going to win. Um, for oh my gosh, like they since this shot 12 months, they waited for the show to come for 9 months. US doesn't wait that long. UK waits a long time. They don't wait that long. No other franchise waits this long. And I have to give them credit. Like that is like so much can happen to you in a year. And I was sort of like impressed they've all sort of like still been gung ho and we're all on board. Like it's just wild to me. But
I will. The
anyway,
one thing I do want to say is that when we get to the final lip sync of the top four, they do a really good job in the confessionals of all really selling themselves. Like they're just like, listen, this
mm,
bitch thinks she's got to take me down. Like sometimes you can very clearly see the one queen who's like kind of forced to, say the stuff for the sake of the edit. They really did a good job selling it. So I think I agree. There's a lot more gung ho energy this time around.
also I will say, and I will repeat this again and again, I still can't believe that Nyx made it to the finale. Like I
Yep.
just can't believe it. But
Could be our first
anyway,
trans winner. That's what she's
could
banking on.
be,
You never
could
know.
be.
Even though it should have been Lanina Delantro, but we'll talk about that in All Stars. But
Oh, and also
yes.
when sorry, apologies, Evan. You did bring up the fact that Supreme mentioned that there was going to be an original song. It's called Bypass.
Hmm.
And I literally guffawed. The incredible editing. The judges cut to Laka going, ah, bypass. That's what my grandfather died of.
Actually
I'm like,
incredible. Actually
you know what?
incredible.
Crown her.
Work.
Crown her for
Work that
All Stars.
bitch.
That was great. That was a
Absolutely.
great
My
line.
God.
I love
Yeah.
that.
I also give credit to Laka for writing the lyrics and at one point saying, I'm running out of fascist jokes. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Uh, if unless you had anything else, I think they get to the pajama party next. Greg's
Oh, they
favorite
do.
part. Greg's
They
favorite part.
do.
Yeah. The main
Um,
highlights I have is oh, go ahead.
no, no, please. I was just going to say that the Queens get in bed, and it's very clear that production supplied different options for pajamas for them because none of them clear. I don't, who do we know that wears pajamas? Like I'm sure there's some listener who does, but um,
If you're,
I
listen, if you are wear pajamas, let us know. Worldwideteapod at
mm,
gmail.com. We would love to know. I don't know why.
I
Uh,
had I had four big takeaways. Do you want me to go
Good.
through them super quick?
Yes.
First, once again, we have the nonstop last three episodes storyline of Locke talking about her insecurity, which she hides so well. We have Nyx talking about her sensitivity, and she doesn't like
Mhm.
being called a crybaby, which, by the way, I do not remember any of the queens ever calling her a crybaby on camera. So I don't know if this was something that they cut out or was, in the bus on the way to shooting every day, but that was wild. Margarita says that she would watch Drag Race with her mom at lunch. And we also find out for the first time that not only does she have five sisters, she has
Mhm.
three nieces who are also all live with her mother. So she's basically feels like she has eight sisters. And it's like,
Mhm.
whoa, okay,
Mhm.
I would have loved that storyline earlier.
Mhm.
And Satin lays in the bed like she's just chilling and like there's nothing going on. Like Satin has no cares about any of this. Those were my take. Oh, she also starts to look directly at the camera.
She's the director of the show has arrived on here,
She
powered by
literally
a
on the
kiss and a
bed.
hug.
She's
Yeah.
literally on the bed and just going like looking at the camera, looking at the, and they can't cut
Camera
it
two.
out.
Camera
Yeah.
two.
What
Uh,
did you
I,
think?
I had Laka brought up the fact that she hasn't been in the bottom two and hasn't lip synced, which is true. That does have it going in her favor. For a brief second, I was thinking there might be a Satin and Laka top two. I think the narrative in the show may have played that out, so I was thinking about that. The other thing I will say though is that Satin, both in the interview with Supreme and later on in the episode, she brings up potentially giving up in episode two a lot, and it's one of those things where I don't know what that
Mm-hmm.
does to favor her. That was like almost the thing that made me think, is she not fucking winning? Because like she, for her to be like, yeah, I was kind of, lost in my thoughts. I was really ready to throw it in by giving the heart to someone else. But it's like bringing it up once or something like that. Cool. That's great for the narrative. Bringing it up multiple times in the episode. I'm like, are you self-sabotaging yourself? I was just so confused. So I thought that was weird. But that's just me. I mean, we knew what was going to happen anyway.
But I also thought in this episode, I got very frustrated. Listen, this is a great. I thought as a season overall, it was a really good season. This episode had a lot in it, but it also had a ton of filler where they were repeating the same
Hmm.
narrative points again
God,
and
them talking in front
again
of the fucking mirror
and again.
together. Jesus
Oh,
Christ. Greg,
I
Greg,
hated it. I
on the
fast
TV
forwarded
app,
through it.
that's what I showed my husband what 1.5 speed looks like, because it's like, Christ, can we fucking go?
Why?
Like,
I
ah,
It did
padding.
it made you hate, but they didn't need it. This was an extra
Right.
long episode. There was no
Yeah.
need to do this. Um, but anyway,
Anyway,
they all come on the bed though, and they play Truth or Dare, and this was sort of fun,
yeah.
or
The
no?
only major takeaway I had from that was that Luca said that if she was eliminated, or Laka, if she was eliminated, who would she give the heart to? And she said she would give it to Ferran, one of many Ferran references which come up this year, which is like this episode, which is like fascinating. There was a lot more love for Ferran in this finale than there was in most of the season. But okay, we're rolling with it.
I thought that Nyx was really interesting when she said, which queen would she want to lip sync in the finale? And she said Laka,
Hmm.
because she doesn't figure out as much as Greco. And I was like, I've seen Laka perform, Nyx. I don't
Hmm.
think you realize how much better than she is than you. Um, and then also, wait, you also, I don't know if you mentioned this. I know we haven't talked about Ferran enough, but Margarita also said the one eliminated queen she missed the most was Ferran.
Hmm.
Dear listeners, we will bring up Ferran again.
It's Drag Race Ferrania. That's just the new thing. Just she's going to be every contestant on the new All Star season. It's Fran's world. The rest is just parking. What can we say? Uh,
I literally wrote, all the queens seem to like Ferran way more than the viewers. At least the international viewers. I can't find one international viewer I know who is a Ferran fan. But anyway, oh
anyway,
boy. Your favorite part. Then it was time for the mirror bullshit. I I uh I don't even want to talk about it. You can talk about it if you want.
no. Wait. What do they say? What do they say? Did they say anything? No. Actually, the one thing I will say is that when they come back into the workroom, the following day for for coronation day, all
Yeah.
of their looks. I don't know what it is about this fucking Sears catalog, fucking 1980s blazer jacket, whatever the fuck they're doing. It is fascinating. I'm transported back to my mom's living room, flipping through, looking at, oh, I didn't know they had shoulders. That's spiky. It is a fascinating look, and it's just incredible. I fucking hated this fucking mirror bullshit. We can move on.
Yes.
I think they get ready for the actual finale. We're on the stage.
And Supreme comes out, and here's
Yeah.
the take. I liked the dress.
Yeah.
I didn't love the wig. She looked a little matronly. She looked a little older than she actually is. But I liked the dress. I thought it was a good
I
finale
was fine
dress.
with it.
I thought,
Yeah.
considering how she's been up and down throughout the season, I was like, this is fine. This sort of
Yeah.
works. Also, I think
Okay.
she saved whatever was the best dress she had for the live finale for season 5, which she was shooting in 2 weeks after this.
Cause
So,
like mama,
yeah.
mama. Yeah.
But they all four come out in their lip
Uh-huh.
sync outfits first, because they're about to, we're about to watch the music video, but they come out in the lip sync outfits first to watch them. And I have to say this, I I don't think these were outfits they brought. I feel like these were
They
production
were
because
so
they
bad. They were
oh,
so bad.
I thought they looked really good. I
Oh, they
thought
were.
Margarita had never looked this polished. Maybe I'm
I,
wrong.
it's just more than anything else. I was just surprised because it's like, I don't know what the fuck was happening with all this. Like, because, like, okay, so they're gonna come out and then we're going to go and have them lip sync, and then we'll go down to a top two, and then they'll go and tuck, and then they'll come back in the finale look. The whole thing was just a weird
Choppy.
move. Yes, I would agree. It's just like when you see, and the spoiler alert for those who aren't aware, we record every single season of International Drag Race, so we are currently covering the season 6 of Canada's Drag Race right now. And as I've always said, and as I'm being proven right correctly, the Canada production team is willing to experiment wildly,
Hmm.
and I love it. And not every experiment works, but they do are willing to experiment. And with the Spania, it's like they were the heart thing. I thought overall the heart thing was pretty good, but this whole cut down to a top two comeback for a runway. I don't know what the fuck they were planning on this. It just feels just awkward. This whole episode, unfortunately, is like surprisingly anticlimactic in a way I wasn't expecting. But these are just some of the elements that add to it. But that's
I
just me.
I agree. I agree. I will say though, there were amazing highlights, including the music
Mm-hmm.
video for Bypass, which
My God.
the production value through the effing roof. Like, I wish US, this is like, I think US for season 16 with Sasha and Mistress, like they tried to do something close to this, but this was so good. And also, you have to understand, and maybe by the way, when the queens were on stage, they were not seeing the finely timed video. Maybe they were just seeing like the rough edit. They like spent money to time this footage to make it look like film. Like they didn't
Yep.
it looked so fucking good. I hope they release it on YouTube or something. I loved it, and it made me like the song more than I thought I would.
And the song was good. It was like a genuine bop bop. Like this could be something that I feel like some like lesser
Yeah.
pop star could have released as like an actual single. Like it's the thing where as we get more and more professional, as drag gets more and more expensive, if you're competing on Drag Race, etc., the quality of the songs is going up. I still play the fucking Dead or Alive from season 6 of UK
Uh,
because like the production on that is just so goddamn good. Like it's like they're putting out real songs now that they realize, especially in UK, they can have real hits with them. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Bypass.
I did think with this song that the potential of this song was so good that I'd almost wish they'd saved it for All Stars, because I feel like
Mm,
on All Stars they would have been able to pair a better group of singers or even maybe rappers, because I don't think that was the strength of the season overall.
hmm
And I think they got some good ones towards the end,
hmm
but there were other seasons that had much better singers. So I thought
Yeah.
that was the only. I mean, it sounded fine, but if you really stopped and listened, you were like, "Oh, you're like those lyrics probably aren't great." But the chorus was great. The look of it, the dancing, they all looked fantastic except for Margarita. But the
Low
Margarita's
key, I
like,
thought Nyx. Oh, go ahead.
"Yeah, no, Nyx looked great. Go ahead, please. Yeah, she was
Nyx
great."
looked great. She had some of the most energy in her verse. Like she
Yep.
had just such pop. She had such essence. I'm like, it sucks that they're not using this in their critiques at all. Because low key, if they were,
Mm.
there would be some clear lines drawn in the sand. Personally, but that's just me.
And also, this was one of the first times this episode where you look at Satin and you go, "Oh wait, you are more than just this flamingo. You can be sexy and a star. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
more. You haven't shown everything, and you haven't been able to, but there's a reason
Mm-hmm.
why you could win this." And I thought that was important too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow,
Anyhow.
it's time for the forced matchups. And because as a friend told me,
What?
what? You mean that are you telling me, Evan, are you telling me that the pit crew member couldn't see the name on the gigantic name on the ball when he took it out? And that they didn't want Laka to get to the finale because they knew there was a chance she could
That she
actually
could actually win. Yeah.
win?
Who knew, Greg? Who knew? Who
Who
knew?
knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Exactly.
But what are our matchups? What are
All
these
right.
iconic
Our
matchups?
random matchups ultimately end
Ra-
up going to Margarita versus Nick. So they're going to be performing the song de la Luna by Mecano. And then there's Laka is going to be up against Satin versus Otro Amor Ventra, which I believe is just the Spanish cover of I Will Never Love Again by Laura Fabian. Because that
And
our R.I.P. diva, I love you so much. I think she's alive,
is
but
she
still.
dead?
No,
Oh my
no,
God.
her
You
career
said,
is, but
oh,
I don't. Breaking news: Laura
but
Fabian rushed to the
Evan,
hospital.
so first of all, I love this. I love this song. I
I
love
love
the
the Laura
remix
Fabian
of this
song.
song. I
Hmm.
love I Will Love Again so much.
It's such a
Somehow it
good
is
song.
not the queer classic it should be. It was for a while, but now it's
I
faded. I
agree. I
love this song. I was
agree.
so excited when it came on and I realized what it was because I don't speak Spanish and I didn't realize
Yeah,
that was what.
but
Well,
you
no,
knew,
they said Laura Fabian. I'm like, well, maybe she has a song in Spanish I didn't know. I
right?
thought it was like maybe
Right.
that, and then it's like, oh no, it's I
Yeah.
Will Love Again. But so anyway, the first lip sync is Margarita versus Nyx to the Hio de la Luna song. My biggest takeaway was Margarita had a gigantic nip slip, like her breath.
Yeah, you know what's great about a song about Child of the Moon? You know what's great? Not only your cheap ass little moon prop that you have with you, but also having your tits out the whole time. It's so in theme with the song, Greg. It's so great. When I think of the moon, I think I should have my nipples be a pointy. It's just
I did think Margarita was okay. I thought she was fine. I thought
yeah.
Nyx was okay until she starts to dance. And when she tries to dance, it just sort of it's this old mom dancing that sort of ruins everything else she's done.
Mhm.
So I thought it was pretty obvious that Margarita was going to win. What did you think?
Yes. Very same. We've discussed this on the podcast before about how there is always going to be intention versus like just planning and action. Like you could tell that Nyx had a lot of this in her head. She had the emotions on here, but her face was like still kind of looking at the next move. She was still like it
Mm,
just wasn't the same. And listen, Margarita is an actress, and she was willing to sell every emotion and every point and every just like move and whatnot here. I still think that plastic cheap ass moon and pointed titties out at the camera. I still think that's a miss for me. But if you're going by overall performance, unfortunately, I do agree. Margarita is our top two diva of the season based on this lip sync and this lip sync alone. And
agreed.
in the music video,
Uh,
Nyx clocks her, but that's just me.
yeah. So then again, up next we have Satin Greco versus Laca Odilia to the Spanish version of I Will Love Again. And the two things that just stood out to me from this lip sync, which was very, very good. This was a great lip
Yes.
sync.
Yes.
Was Greco just gives star power. She
Hmm.
just exudes it on the stage for a high energy song. And if you had seen most of the season, you'd be like, I don't know if she can pull this off. I don't know if she could do
Hmm.
something poppy. And she fucking kills it. And I also thought Laka was really good until she did the cartwheel. There
Hmm.
was no reason to do it. There was no reason why. She's actually really lucky because the edit angle was this high bird's eye view. So it
Hmm.
did not look as crunchy as it probably did in real life. So she sort of got a pass from that. And again, I don't know if we've talked about this many times. They do go in and edit these lip syncs, but just so people know, they mostly use the live cutting like live TV when they shoot
Hmm.
the runway stuff because they like the energy of this. They like that the director is sort of realizing it's like a live event and it keeps that. And when they go in on any of the seasons, including they learned this on the US, and they try to put shots back in or change stuff, it gets they feel like it gets it becomes awkward. So
Hmm.
again, Laka was really lucky. What did you think of this lip sync, Evan?
I'll be honest with you, Greg. I was underwhelmed by this lip sync. I just thought like it was fine. It was just it felt very going through the motions when you have Satin doing twirly twirly twirl twirl like it partway through. It just felt like I don't know if it was so much as the lip sync was. I don't think it was a spectacular one. I think when we talk about our favorite Drag Race moments of the season, the lip sync I'm going to be talking about is fucking Daphne Mugler killing Alexandra de Reval during the like I'll talk about that as like the lip sync to go home. This one was like that, and of course, obviously our one in episode 2 when it was Satin Greco and
Right,
Pool of
yeah.
Tears. Right, exactly. There's good lip syncs on this season, is what I'm saying.
Right.
However, this just felt like I think the thing that was a problem for me with this and with the final lip sync is that the judges are like overselling it. Like this is one of those things where like they're doing emotion and all of a sudden you have like the Javis like slapping the table and like kind of like almost overreacting in a way. I don't know what it was about it. It just kind of felt awkward. What? What? I
I
see that
think they
face.
just liked the song. I
Okay.
think they liked the song. I think they were
Yeah.
just into it because they liked the song. I think it was,
Yeah.
and maybe that's why I liked it. I just thought the energy for the song was great, and I thought I appreciated it. And I will probably I will remember this lip sync more than the Daphne Mugler one.
Well,
I
I mean,
know,
well,
like
listen,
kill
great thing
me.
about this podcast, Greg, and I don't always agree on everything.
Don't always agree.
I will say though, one of my favorite things about us covering all these Drag Race seasons is that every single song that I grew up as a boy who didn't know he was gay yet, that I watched on the Box, the MTV alternative, back in the day, was that all the songs that I thought like, oh, these are weird, fun little hits, are actually now Drag Race lip syncs. So we have Anastasia's "I'm Out of Love" in UK
I'm
versus the
not
World
gay.
Season 2. We have "Cartoon Heroes" by Aqua and Philippine Selection Royale. Now we have Laura Fabian once
Yeah.
again. Where's Heather Nova? Where's our other disrespected divas that need some time over here? Do you know Heather Nova? Do you know London
I
Rain? Nothing hurts
don't.
me like you do. Okay,
I,
that was
I feel like I'm
1998.
gonna have to do, but more importantly, do you know who Booty Love is?
Yes, they've been on the show. Yes.
Yes, I was just double
Yes.
checking. Okay. Um,
It's I love it. All I'll say is that one of my favorite things about Espana is that, as always, I love it when they challenge and push the format and the music
yeah,
and what they have over here. Station Royale, we covered that earlier this year. They had a live
yeah, yeah.
band doing one of their songs on stage. It was dope. And so the
Oh,
song
that was so
selection,
good.
this
Really
choice
good.
was like all like it was pretty good all season. I learned some stuff. But yeah, Laura Fabian, you deserve your flowers wherever you are.
I will say, so we find out that the winner is Satin, and I thought
Mm-hmm.
that that was good news.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, I got good news about something else. That's why I just said that. If anyone cares, Jeremy O'Harris is out of jail in Japan. Um, a friend just messaged. But anyway, going back to the lip sync, Satine wins and Laka loses. And I have to say, Laka was genuinely upset.
Yes.
I think Laka thought she thought she had done enough to win. Maybe she hadn't, but she thought she had. And I had genuine compassion for her. I also had compassion for her because I feel like if she had gone up against Margarita or Nyx, she would have been in the finale. Would she have
Yeah.
won? Uh,
She could have
and
been a
also,
spoiler, certainly. But anyone who watches this show had to have known. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. Truly.
but also, if we stop and think about it, outside of maybe Aurora Matrix and maybe on this past season of Slation Royale with Venus Deluxe,
Hmm.
I feel like it's really hard to remember a second place queen who somehow shines higher than the other two finalists or the third finalists if they're going for a lip sync for the crown. Like I just I don't it doesn't pop to me that much. And I guess sure Lavoie and Kyron Thrax, but like this year with like Elle and Bones, like I'm not gonna think that Elle like lost anything. Like
Hmm.
I mean, you think about Peppermint, she was great in that live finale, but like no one thinks of her as like coming in second on season 9. I don't think
Hmm.
people think of as Cristal as coming in second on season 17. Like maybe I'm wrong, but everyone has their own take. No one remembers that Lady Camden came in second on season 14, I think. Season
Season in
14.
yes, season 14,
Yeah,
yeah.
14. So or Candy Muse came on
Came in
13.
second twice. Yeah.
Yeah, but no one remembers that. So I almost feel like as long as you make it to the finale,
You're
that's
set.
the win. Yeah.
So quick trivia note here because I'll be quite frank, as we were talking about this episode, we'll get to them in the workroom, we'll get to the finale looks in
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
second here. But man, just bust up queens in runner-up place. I'm so sorry. It's just like because in season one, who do we have as our runner-ups? It was three runner-ups, and there was or three queens in the final. Killer
Yeah.
Queen, Sagittaria. You know what? Great, iconic, good first season. Season two, we had Vedita Von Dash and Estrella Extravaganza.
Wait,
Okay,
time out. I
yeah.
don't ever remember those two other queens. I don't. I didn't
What
remember that Estella Extravaganza is on. And by the way,
Down Under versus the
Estella's
World potential?
and
Yeah,
she's on an upcoming season, and I forgot she was a finale. I watched
yeah,
that season.
yeah. Now
Yeah. Anyway.
here's the one that cooks my noodle. Who was the runner-up of season three against Petita? Third and
Oh
fourth
my
place was
God.
Ornella Gongola and Kelly Roller.
I oh my God. Kelly made it to the top finale.
Kelly
Oh my
made it to
God.
top four after she was eliminated
Oh,
and came back because she
that's
needed a kiss of the
right.
hug for the Javis. Yes.
I don't remember who came in second. Who was it?
Yeah, I had to look it up, and literally, Greg, and I'm telling you this right now, Vanya Vanilla was number two. For those
She's
who are
like
watching the YouTube.
disappeared.
I
She's
know,
like disappeared.
I
She's not.
know. I
Wow.
don't remember this. This feels like an illusion. Unless, we love all drag queens, but like, I just genuinely don't remember her at all. At least I
Wow.
remember La Bella Vampi and her name change and
Yeah.
whatnot, but that's its own thing. Anyway, we have our top two. But Greg, it's not enough for them to immediately go to the final lip sync. No, they need to recover and talk about the lip sync in the workroom.
Just the four of them. They make them go through this emotional bullshit. My whole reaction was like, Laka is like needs a moment. Like Laka needs
Right.
to chill, and she can't because she has to do this. And then they like make the two eliminated ones like walk away, and then we
Yeah.
just have this awkward moment where Satine and Margarita are like talking to each other, but don't know what to say because the producers just want them to like say some bullshit. And like you can just tell that like it's like garbled mumble stuff coming out of Satin's mouth. Like she doesn't know what to say. She's like, "We'll get
Yeah.
through this. We'll do this." Like it's so stupid. Like
Yeah.
not necessary.
Anyway, best drag.
No, so this was the fun. This was super fun.
Yes,
So,
I enjoyed this.
can I go through this really quick? Like, does that help?
Please.
All
Yeah.
right. So up first for the runway, and it's supposed to be your best drag. Miss Congeniality herself, Nori, and my God, this is one of the worst runway finale looks I have seen on any season, and we have watched some bad drags. This looks like she made it in the workroom
Uh-huh.
earlier that morning.
2003 Britney backup dancer, realness, Soviet Victoria Shakespeare's could never. It's a
There's
whole.
not, speaking of Brittany and Derek, there's not a hem anywhere. It's
Mhm.
so bad. I almost feel like she did it to piss them off.
And she
Any
achievement unlocked.
Yeah. And by the way, hilariously, she won Miss Congeniality after
Yep.
pulling this shit. Like, wow.
Hmm.
Up next is La Scandalo. And I have to say, I thought it was an inchy. It's this ocean themed gown, like sort of
Right.
like Neptune-y, like ocean creature.
And there's
Um,
fins and whatnot. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And I thought it was good, but I thought what was more impressive was her makeup. Her makeup showed
Hmm.
something I had no idea she had that in her basket. I was really impressed. What did you think?
I am of the same opinion. I was very pleasantly surprised by this. I didn't know she had this in her bag. It had detail, it had ideas to it. Is it
Yeah.
an all-timer? Not really, but at
No.
the same time, it's still extremely good and one of the better ones we've seen on this runway. Kudos to her, Mama.
Yeah. Up next was Calorie Kardashian. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Eva Harrington. And
Jesus
it was a
Christ.
gown. It was a gown. She wore a gown.
It's so bad. It is the
Yeah.
kind of thing where it's like at the very least, when it comes to Princess Poppy from Drag Race season 15, at least we know she's trolling. At least it's obvious that she's
Hmm.
trolling. I don't know what we're doing here. Like it's just it doesn't it's a single tan garment with just kind of like jewels on it that of course tend to sag a little bit, or at least it's not like structured properly. It just I don't like it. I just don't like it. I want it out of my
No.
face.
Up next was Crystal Forever, and here's the thing: this was a beautiful, glamorous dress. This
Mm-hmm.
was 1000% drag closet for this
1,000%.
50-year-old queen.
100%. This
She
is
did
club night.
not, she did not bring her finale. She's saving that for something else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was definitely drag
This is
closet, but it
cocktail
was
lounge, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was pretty. It sparkled. It
Yeah.
looked good. It was fine. Up
Yeah.
next was Denim Bola, and here's the thing: I liked it, but I found it confusing. So she's sort of doing a marionette clown, sort of, and there's like, I believe there's a red ball like in the middle of her
Hmm.
chest, and then there's like this jettisoning, like sort of
Like thin.
design thin thing with
Yeah.
like a blue ball on it, and it feels like there's a ball missing. Usually you do things in threes in design and something, and I
Uh-huh.
couldn't find the other ball. Maybe that was part of
Yeah.
the idea. We're supposed to want to know where it is, but
Maybe Greg's future husband will be there to play the game and sort it out. It's my husband when I was watching this had a very good point of like I feel like it's a reference to something and I feel like I'm not getting it.
yes.
I feel like this may have
Yep.
been like pulling out of a Dolly painting or something else like that. It's probably
Yep.
so specific and I am just a big dumb American idiot journalist and I don't get it. But if you do know, worldwideteapodcast@gmail.com and Instagram and Blue Sky if you would like to tag us.
But also our very well educated filmmakers and Anna Locking did not bring it up like they knew what it was.
Correct.
And they would have, I think, if they did. And I feel like the producers would have wanted them to if they did. So
Hmm.
that was more interesting. I will say I did love the idea of having a cape for a finale look. I think that's really
Yeah.
smart and can be really dramatic and could, if something's really close in a close season, could get you over the hump.
I
Um,
can't wait to see her go home second in Espana All Stars 2. I'm
Oh
so excited,
no,
dude.
don't say
I
that. Don't say
just
that.
I let history repeats itself. I'm not walking in blind no matter how much I love her. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Speaking of someone who will make it way too far on Espana All-Stars 2, Farron. I just hated it.
Everyone's
Hated
talking
it.
about her. Hated
Every
it. Hated it. Greg,
hated this
what are we
look.
doing here?
This
Ah,
was
yes,
so
a hip
bad.
bustle of
Uh,
loose palm scarves, white and pink. Oh, it's the flamingo look. Oh, Elliot with two T should sue. Oh, wait, Elliot two T
oh,
doesn't watch this season. She can't. She doesn't know how.
I
It's just
just
so bad, Greg. It's
it's
just so fucking bad.
what are we missing? I just will not. It's like Ginger, what's her name who won
Ginger bitch.
UK? No, no, not Ginger.
Ginger Johnson.
Ginger Johnson. It's like Ginger Johnson. Like I get the 70s look, but I don't understand why people love it so much. Anyway,
At least
uh
Ginger Johnson had some good looks to mix in there. Like
speaking
that's the
of good
thing,
looks, she may work 6 days a week. She may be annoying and not shut up,
girl.
but this is high drag. Alexander
Girl.
Duraval knows how to do drag. This look was incredible.
I
I
loved it.
loved it. It was so good. It was sexy and but it wasn't too sexy and it flared and it was dramatic and it was also
And the way that the
Barcelona.
bottom peplum thing is like hanging on to the actual corset itself, and it just has these pop out visions of white against the black. Like there were so many cool little details and ideas on here. I almost wish that she had just a shoulder something or just something else like that, just to
Yeah.
kind of like bring it together. But that's such a small complaint. It was overall just spectacular. Just for all the stuff that we've said about her, she absolutely
And
nailed it with this
And
finale.
if you
So
look at
good.
the print, she's referencing the Gaudi architecture in design in Barcelona. That's what that
Ah.
that look is. So it was very hometown. Like she had really thought about it, which is why she was probably so crushed, I think, when she went home.
Hmm.
Um, all right, so here's the thing. I love Daphne Mugler, and I thought it was a nice dress, and it was classy. Although showing ass the detox thing, I was like, okay, I'm not really sure why for a net finale you would do this. I didn't love the very 80s wig, which also looked like a hard front, but wasn't. Like you could, the closer you looked, you're like, oh no, wait, there is I just, what did you think?
It just didn't connect. It was
Mm,
fine. It was cocktail. It was like elevated cocktail, but it was just like just didn't win me over. I
no,
don't know. I was just like it was just again, I think this might even be an instance where she might even be saving something for later on. Who knows? But
very
either
true.
way, still looked nice overall,
She
but just
she
yeah.
she did pay for a very fancy photo shoot that made it look no better than it did on the show. That's all
Oh,
I'm
how
gonna
about
say.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
you got the magic in
Um,
you, baby.
And you know what? Up next is Nyx, and I'll be honest, I will give Nyx her props when props are due. I loved this look. This mix of masculine and feminine was so smart, especially as a trans woman. And I thought this has been done before, but whoever
Hmm.
designed it, whoever she paid to do it or worked with to do it, really did it smartly. I thought it flowed and it looked beautiful. And uh, It was a suit cut into to a
Mhm.
dress. The color combinations worked. I thought it was great. What did you think?
I didn't have the exact same opinion. It was just overall just spectacular. It was just like just the way that it was just like this white suit jacket with kind of this standard like
Hmm.
blue and white striped version that we've seen before, kind of a pinstripe thing tied together, meshed. Still has the top out. Like it was just so many ideas going on. So are well articulated. One of the best looks she's worn. One of the best looks on this runway. I was genuinely shocked.
So good. Up next was Laka Udia, and so here's the thing. I wanted to like this more than I did. When it first came
You
out and
like
you're just
this?
see, I wanted to like it. I like the concept of it. It's a white gown with this bustle, this huge sort of silver bustle. And when if you it's one of those rare moments where you like look at the bottom half of the dress and you're like, well, that's interesting. But she didn't it's usually it's the top part, right? Everyone's always like, you did the top part, you didn't do the bottom. And but she needed some of that. She needed some hint of that silver in the top. She wasn't even wearing like a neck. Maybe a necklace would have been terrible, but there was nothing to tie it all together, so it felt super heavy. It felt like it was all like bringing her down. And I thought it was a weird. She has style. She knows what she's doing. It just felt like a miscalculation. Maybe it looked better when they were like in the design room trying it on. I was surprised. You liked it even less than me, I think.
Oh, I mean, what do we have? We have a designing women pantsuit gown iteration. It's pure white, and on her hip are two little poles in which she has slung silver shiny fabric with stripes across her front, and that's it. Like it just felt like just so diminutive. It's just well, I would have worn something different if I would have won kind of
Mm.
thing. Like it just felt just blasé. I was genuinely not impressed.
But you know what the good news is?
Mm,
Our girl, Margarita, comes up next. And I'm being
good news.
facetious. She's not our girl. But I will say this was a great dress. I thought the gold bodice was super impressive. I didn't love her wig. I thought it made her look much older than she actually is. But I thought the dress itself was a winner. I was impressed.
I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was overall pretty good. Again, the centerpiece of this is this golden,
Yeah.
basically front piece that she has. It ties into the shoulder flaps as well, and then from there it bleeds out into this just giant neon red, rose red gown, which just is ruffled. There's some ruffle puffs on her arm. It's just fine. It just doesn't feel it. The thing I look at it, it's like it's fine. It's good. I would even go that far to be genuine and honest. But like it just doesn't seem definitive. Like it feels like a good outfit on here. It just doesn't have that wow factor that you are sometimes expecting with finale looks or finale performances. So yeah.
I actually thought it had the wow factor. I thought the wig hurt it a little bit. I
Mm,
feel like if she'd
yeah.
done a slightly more modern wig, it would have helped. But talking about wow, Satin Greco, you know what? This was a silky nutmeg ganache. I was ready to win, bitch. Like look is this is a classic winning look. This
Yeah.
goes down with Carmen Farala's look. This goes with Sasha Velour's look in the finale for season 9. I'm sure there's a bunch more we can sort of think of that will just sort of pop to mind, but this was exquisite. This green and gold, stunning with a cape, like a sort of a cape or like I don't know how would you have described it? I mean, she eventually took it off at the lip sync. Like, um,
Exactly. It was basically this very beautiful, just golden dress, decked out with patterns and jewels. There's
yeah,
actually the jewel on the top front of the bodice in the breast area actually
yeah.
forms a crown. So she's just like signaling, hello, hello. The giant dune style overhood is fantastic over here. And then she has kind of this light, like greenish teal, kind of like flowing back robe on here that's kind of attached to the dress. And then there's like some like nice golden ruffle at the bottom over here, mixing colors. It's just like this is not even a Satine even we've seen so far this season. It was easily one of her best looks, and like yeah, absolutely fucking take it. Like it was really powerful.
I thought it was absolutely stunning. And so she's ready to win, and
Hmm.
we have a lip sync. And I did not write down the song. Did you write down the
It,
song?
yes, it is. It is Deaja Correra by Rocio Horajo. And I'm sure I mangled that horrendously. But either way, yes, it is. It is the final song that we're ready to go. Greg, what'd you think?
I thought that this was an incredible lip sync. I thought this was high drag. I thought they were both. I will say this. Margarita showed me something here that she hadn't even shown me in the second
Even the
episode.
previous lip sync. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was very impressed. I still thought Satine destroyed it. Like I thought there
Yeah.
was I have a friend of mine who's like, I don't know, I thought Margarita won. I'm like, you just don't like I thought it was there was no Satine just took this and
Hmm.
Margarita was right there. It's almost like a finish line like at a race with two cars.
Hmm.
And the winner wins easily, but the second place was just right there.
Hmm.
Um, I was just so impressed. Satine is a master performer, a
Hmm.
master live performer. I think she can. I think her range is so much wider in terms of performing on stage and lip syncing on stage than people are giving her credit for before this. Um, I thought it was amazing. And the one other thing I want to say is, we mentioned this before. This was shot before they decided to do the live finale for season five. And there were rumors that they were potentially thinking of going back and even though they shot this, of redoing a live finale, like forgetting this happened or
Hmm.
just taking the final four and doing it again. This is why you can't throw
Hmm.
this in the gutter. You can't pretend this lip sync didn't happen in a competition. It's too good. It's too iconic. And if they had tried to recreate it on a stage, even with a live audience, it wouldn't it might not have ever come close to this. So
Hmm.
I will remember this is one of the things I will remember this lip sync for this season for a long, long time. What about you?
I'm just gonna be forever upset they never got to see La Coco's step down look. That's really the thing that
Oh,
irritates
I
me
feel
more than
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's, as these things work out with scheduling or whatever, but yeah, overall I thought it was a good lip sync. Again, Marg really did the acting. She really gives really good face on here. She was really pushing really hard. But this is, as we discovered in her talent show in episode 2, what does that thing do? She embodies song. She's really fucking good at it, and she continued to do so here. And I thought just inhabited it just fantastically. Again, lots of desk banging, a little high kick over here just for fun, lots of removal of the tops of her dress, so it kind of actually has some more tension and flow to it. So
Yeah.
overall, yeah, pretty good. I mean, like, I'm not sure if I personally would have called it iconic, but at the same time, there was this chance, there was this nudging feeling of like, wait a second, what if Margarita takes it? Like it was that close, and I will fully admit that.
I think they all knew. They knew that. And
Mhm.
also you can tell just from, so spoiler alert, Satine Greco
Yeah.
wins. And also she has one of the most iconic, like maybe, or I thought it was iconic, reaction to winning. We've never had a queen decide that the crown is too big and flip it upside down. She walked through, there was no way they were not,
The,
like
the,
it
the
was
crown was
over.
Madame Morrible, baby. Flip it around.
MM,
Wicked Witch. That's what you
Wicked
gotta do.
Witch. And there
I
is
can't wait for
nothing
this
that
to be dated.
Margarita could have done. Like Margarita knew.
Yeah.
And also you can tell when they did there was a live reaction to the episode
Yes.
airing and the two of them there. Margarita knew. She knew that she had
Like when
lost.
Drag Sethless is doing splits on the judges panel, Samantha Ballantyne's like she
Yeah.
understands how things are gonna work out. Like everybody do. Yes.
And I have to say, so again, Satine Greco, congratulations to our winner
Hmm.
of Drag Race España season five. I think she might be the second best winner they have in the history of the franchise. And I have to say, that is, you know, I that's impressive for for a show that's in its fifth season because it shows there's still a lot of talent left. You can disagree with me. You might think she's the third best winner. You might I don't know what you think. But I have Carmen Farala, our Lord and Savior, still as number one. She gave one of the most iconic runs of any queen, any season, any time. I
Agreed.
would then pick Satine. I would then pick, I hate to say it, Drag Sethless, even though she was a bitch. And then I would pick La Coco. Then I would pick uh, Petita. Because remember, we all forget Petita won four challenges.
Yeah.
And then I would pick the one I always forget who came one
Sharon.
season, Sharon,
Yes.
the hobby's favorite.
Yeah.
What about you? Where would you rank Satine Greco in the panels, the Antheon, the halls of Drag Race
Yeah.
España?
Well, number one, I'm not sure if you noticed it, Greg. If you are looking for something fun to listen to, Greg and I have gone and actually ranked some of the international winners before
Yeah.
as one of my favorite episodes that we do when Drag's on an off season, which we're not going to be in for a little bit. Let me
No.
tell you, no way. But yeah, Carmen Farala ranked very high up on our individual list that we put together
Yeah.
because she's just fucking amazing. There's no way she will ever not be number one, just truth be told.
Yeah.
I personally love my weirdo performer queen, so yes, Drag Seth list is my number two. Oh, don't be so shocked. Don't be
Evan,
so shocked.
why do you hate mean people? Why do you like mean people? Why do you like
Because I'm a
people who are
bully.
cruel?
Give me your lunch money. But after that, then it gets into a weird place. I gotta be honest. I really liked Petita on her season. I thought
Okay.
she was truly the fashion girly to bring it. After that, I think it's probably gonna be for me. Probably Satin Greco, and then La Coco,
Okay.
and then Sharon. Nothing against you, Sharon, but everything against you. It was also just a weaker cast that season. Let's be real with
Super
ourselves.
weak.
Yeah,
Oi.
yeah. And then you
We
have
just
Vanilla.
yeah,
Yeah.
whoever the hell that was. Yeah.
Yes.
Also
Uh,
remember that was the season where they changed the showrunners and the producers because the
mhm,
reaction was so bad. Um,
mhm.
Good
But you know what
times.
else happened? Let's not forget after getting her crowned scepter, Satine, she did win me over with this. She basically said, like, do you have anything to say? I'm the winner, you faggots, is how it showed up on the translation, which is incredible. And then she exits the stage, seemingly to just walk off and run the show by herself, but then comes back with the fucking crown upside down on her head, with the scepter, and
Yes.
everyone chanting "Mother, Mother, Mother."
Yeah.
So that's just, what be going down. Yeah.
So, like, how could Margarita for 10 months think, well, I got a shot?
Yeah. For some reason, I
No,
don't see her winning the crown. Everyone going, "Stepmom, stepmom, stepmom." Like that doesn't have the same effect, Greg. I don't think it does.
no, no,
Uh,
no.
anyways,
The only negative thing about Satine winning is she does not speak from all Intel. She doesn't speak a lick of English.
uh-huh.
So she will never be on an American season or a All Winners or but you know, maybe she'll decide to learn, but probably not. But I just really quickly, Evan, I'm so super curious. Now that we've come to the end of the season,
Mhm.
how do you feel about it overall? What is it middling? Is it near the top? Did you think it was better than last season? Do you think it was equal? How do you feel?
This is going to be a little bit controversial for me. I had a feeling this question was coming because obviously season one had so much energy, so much dynamics. Queens quitting the competition, lots of heart and generosity in the workroom, amazing reveals and stuff we had never seen before. But for me, this is like an okay season. This is like a pretty good season
Okay,
for me. Just me, I loved last season, especially when I
I
think
did
about
too.
La Nina, and I know not everyone loved Chloe V2, but between that and La Coco and like all the dynamic energy and Angelita La Perversa, like in terms of seasons, in terms of challenges. I felt it was really, really good. But like it's not on the level of Espana All Stars or even season one for me. Because the rest of the seasons are kind of like in a weird middle ground. So overall this is like good. I just didn't have that let's go enthusiasm at the end that I did for last season. So
I,
that's just me.
I'm a big Satine Greco fan, as you can tell.
Yeah.
So I would put them on the same level. I will put them on the same level.
Okay.
I think both of them are as a season, an experience, as a television experience, better than All Stars because All Stars just became so like not that the drag was great in
Hmm.
All Stars, but
Yeah.
it was tainted by just the cruelty of the cast and all that bullshit. Um, but I think this is definitely a better overall season than the Petita season to me, hands down better
Hands
than
down.
than
Hands down. Season
season
two.
two. So I feel like season one is still number one, and then I would put these two right below it, and which is by the way a good trend if we're like in towards these
Hmm.
seasons and they're getting
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited. They're going to shoot Espana season six and All Stars next year. They already told people they were casting for six. They've taken applications, and supposedly they're shooting six first, and then they're doing All Stars. So my guess is we will get six around the same time next year, and then next spring in 2027, when you're taking a break from watching, primary debates, you can watch Espana because it's
Yeah.
that soon, baby. It's that
Yep.
soon.
It's that soon.
It's
But
that
most
soon.
critically, our deepest congratulations to Satin Greco and the entire
Woohoo!
cast for making this season possible. Truly, truly, it is a joy. It is a love of Greg and I to be able to cover this week after week. And in case you weren't aware, we are recovering other things as well, including a really, really fun
So
season of
good.
Canada going on right now. And hey, never know, Satin Greco, she might show up on Latina Royale.
Hmm.
We can't possibly know at this point. But most importantly, Satin Greco, if you can understand what we're saying or looking at the translations, please, we implore you, reach out to us at worldwideteapod.bsky.social and you will receive a hug and a kiss from us, pretending to be the Javis for you. That will gladly do that at any time. And most critically, if anyone else is listening, please do us a
Wait,
small favor. Wait,
how can you rank the season that low? We had four, like so many iconic moments.
iconic
We had
moments.
the Haves going over and hugging Satine Greco to get her through an acting challenge, the eventually winner. We had Alexandra Durabal with her iconic "I work 6 nights a week in Barcelona" line. How can you not? We had the amazing Satin Greco versus Margarita lip sync that
Lip
will
sync.
be one of the greatest lip syncs in international history. But you're like, eh. You're like, eh.
Well, so iconic moments, do they add up to a season? Was it more than consistency of the
Oh,
queens? Why don't you sound off in the comments below and let us know, either on YouTube or in any of the other places? Do us a favor, please kindly rank us. If you could do us, leave us a quick review. It seems small, but that goes a long way towards discoverability. That's how we've been able to build this following. And most critically, we don't get paid to do this. We do this out of pure love because love is repaid with love, as you know from this season. And most critically, we're covering other stuff right now. Give us a listen, give us a follow, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Goodbye.